So here we will have a very small section, which is the pharmacy business models, and then we will talk about the financial management. I don't expect these two topics to take more than an hour and 15 minutes, and then depending on the questions, we will see how much more time we need. For tomorrow, because we are very good with the time, for tomorrow we may take also the medication reconciliation, which is only 2 pages, a small topic as well. So the more we finish, even if we come to the point when we can cancel a class, like at the end, there's no problem with that. Like if we finish everything reasonably without rushing, I don't see why we don't do this. Just to let you know, the on the material section, on the members only, I added yesterday the ISMP lists. If you watched this, if you got the chance to check, I put the list for ISMP, lookalike medications, error-prone abbreviations, and high-risk medications, high-alert medications. I added them. I also put the answers for the CDSA exercise, the prescriptions on page, I believe, 38 and 39 that are to be decided whether they are valid or invalid. I put this, and I put the NAPRA exercise as well. So if you want to have a look at those. And as we keep going, I will be adding the materials on the same thing. So this way, there's this chance of emails, and I couldn't see the email. I didn't open the email. The email is lost, all this stuff. Everything now is in one site. Was not opening? Okay. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I will check that. Yeah, there's no problem. So yeah, so we will do this. Like lots of changes coming anyway. Like probably in 2 or 3 weeks, we will be launching a new website, completely new website, has a discussion board. So it's like a chat room where people can chat, and the instructors will be there, so we can answer questions and post them. So you will see the question that people ask and get the answers. Like lots of changes are coming. Yeah. No, lots of changes. So let's start. So now we'll discuss the pharmacy business model. Here we have different pharmacy models. We have independent pharmacy. We have the corporate franchise. This is just an overview. By the way, just to let you know, like lots of the materials that we have in this section are coming. There's one book in Canada, indeed, about pharmacy management. There's only one book about pharmacy management in Canada. It's called Pharmacy Management in Canada. Yeah, that's the only reference we have. It's by Dr. Wayne Hinmarsh, he was the dean of the School of Pharmacy at U of T. He's the author, and so you will find, you don't have to go and like buy and read it. Nice read, but I'm just telling you, this is the guiding thing for this material anyway. So pharmacy business model, the first one we'll talk about is independent pharmacy. Independent pharmacy are privately owned and operated by one pharmacist or multiple pharmacists. So when you open your own pharmacy, this is the most basic form. When you have your own pharmacy, this is the most basic form. And typically, if you are starting from scratch, you need little money to start. And little money here, I don't want this word to mislead you. Little money here, I'm talking about like $250,000. It's not like little money is like, okay, well, $50 or something. The benefits of having your own pharmacy, if you are the only one who owns the pharmacy, is it gives you full control over everything. You are the hiring manager. You can fire people. You can decide which brand to keep, which generic company to deal with, etc. And all the earnings are yours. The profit is yours. And the customers who go to these usually independent pharmacies, customers who go to independent pharmacies are usually very loyal customers, because independent pharmacies typically don't have lots of services. So people go because they like the pharmacist, they like the staff, the pharmacy is close by their house. They have reasons to go to this place. However, independent pharmacies have some challenges. For example, full liability. You are liable for everything. So if the pharmacist makes a dispensing error that can cause harm, pharmacists actually may lose personal assets to satisfy liabilities. So if the patient gets a penalty for $1 million, the pharmacist may lose his house, for example, for this. Also, independent pharmacies are usually having a problem to attract well-trained staff. Why? Well-trained staff like to work in big companies where they can get benefits like vacations, like drug plan, things like that. Independent pharmacies typically don't offer this. So they are not always able to attract well-trained staff. And also competition with big companies. Sometimes 2 or more pharmacists will be partners, and this has advantages and disadvantages. The advantages is splitting the initial cost and splitting the workload and the liabilities, because you are partners. Challenges will be sharing the earning and conflicts. Who will do what? So that's why it's very important when you have a partner with you in a pharmacy to have a contractual relation. Muhammad is my friend. This is not enough to open a pharmacy together. We must have a contract. This contract explains exactly who's responsible for human resources, who's responsible for finance, who's responsible for relation with wholesalers, etc. Also, withdrawal. For example, we must have something in the contract, because this happens all the time. When 2 friends become partners, after 6 months, the pharmacy is not doing well. One of them will say, you know what? I want to sell my shares. This pharmacy is not going anywhere. I want to sell my shares. And all of a sudden, you find that you have one of 2 options. Either you buy shares, so the pharmacy becomes yours, or you will have a partner that you don't choose. So that's why it's always good to have something that says, for example, for the first 5 years, no one can sell his shares. That's what it means by contractual relation concerning withdrawal, if someone wants to leave the business. Another example for or another pharmacy business model is what we call banner pharmacy. Banner pharmacy is things like IDA, PharmaSave, Guardian, Remedy RX. These are banner pharmacy. What does it mean, banner? Banner pharmacies are independently owned and operated. I open my own pharmacy. Great. I can call it Osama's Pharmacy, no problem. But then, because of the benefits the banner will offer me, I can join a banner. So it becomes Osama's IDA Pharmacy. So the pharmacy is mine. I just use the name of the banner. So independently owned and operated pharmacies, but use the same marketing, purchase, and professional programs that are designed by the banner. So my pharmacy is independent. I go as Osama's Pharmacy for 5 years. After 5 years, I feel like, you know what, it's getting tougher with the competition. So I want to join a group. What is the benefit of joining the group? You become a part of a bigger business. They negotiate better deal for you. They have more money, so they can do commercials that you cannot afford. That's why when you are driving your car, you may hear a commercial saying your IDA pharmacist, has the vaccines you need. You will benefit from this commercial because you have the IDA name on your pharmacy. So that's the banner. The pharmacy is yours. You can, tomorrow, you can change the banner. You have a contract with the banner for 5 years. After 5 years, you can get rid of them, or you can extend the agreement, or you can get another banner if you want. But the pharmacy is yours. But you join this group to use their marketing, to use their professional programs if they have training or something like that, or if they have deals with wholesalers. Because now IDA goes to the wholesaler saying that I will make an agreement on behalf of 500 pharmacies. Of course, you will get really good deal that you cannot get by yourself. So that's the advantage of being a banner pharmacy. The owner may also do local marketing and services like delivery. This is up to you to do. So if you want to make announcements or marketing or advertisement in local newspapers, you can do that. Owner will pay fees to the banner. That's how you make the money. I one time wanted to open a pharmacy with a banner pharmacy without mentioning the name. And I met with them and they said that our fees is 8% of your gross sales. At that time, this was okay, but that's what they want, to use their name on the pharmacy. The pharmacy is mine. I will pay for everything, but I will use the banner. Usually it's a percentage of gross sales. And this is what I have to pay to benefit from the cheaper bulk purchase and the larger scale marketing programs. Pharmacies are required to share certain look and feel, layout, colors of the displays, signage, and things like that. And these banners sometimes pay you money for this. So if you go and join the banner, some banners will say, okay, well, because you need to make some changes to your pharmacy, your signage are blue, but IDA signages are green. So you have to change all your signage. So you know what? We will pay you $10,000 as a setup fees so that you can start making some changes to make the pharmacies look like other pharmacies. So they are not very different from each other. But the pharmacy is yours. So that's what the banner pharmacy is. The pharmacy is yours, but you join a group and you pay them fees to benefit from their programs. That's what you do. It's your pharmacy. It's your pharmacy. And you can decide everything, and you can even get rid of the banner at the end of the contract, or maybe there's a penalty you have to pay. But the pharmacy is yours, not like a franchise when they can take it from you. So next one was the chain or the corporation pharmacy. So we have PharmaPlus, we have Rexall. These are examples. Some of the corporation pharmacies open within a grocery store, like Loblaws, like Walmart, like Costco, like the other one, Sobeys. Yeah. So these are large corporations that owns all the stores. So when you work for Loblaws, you own nothing in the store. You are the pharmacy manager. You are an employee of the company. In Canada, a chain pharmacy is a pharmacy that has 5 or more locations. So you can be a chain pharmacy if you have 5 or more locations. The corporation is responsible for everything. When you work as a pharmacy manager in Walmart, you don't do anything. The corporation will do everything. The marketing, the advertisement, the professional programs, everything is decided by the head office. You only get your pay stub. That's it. All pharmacies and the staff are employees of the corporation. True. We all work for Walmart or Loblaws, etc. Limited personal liability. Usually the corporation is responsible for liabilities. If something wrong happens, the company will be responsible for this. The corporation may pay less taxes, but it's highly regulated. Like there are lots of laws. And may be member in the Canadian Association for Chain Drug Stores. That's association, just a club for chain pharmacies. And some pharmacies, as we said, can be in grocery stores. So that's the chain. I don't know, but I like chain pharmacies. I like the chain. I like working for a chain pharmacy, especially the ones in a grocery store. And the reason for that is I feel that when you work for Walmart, because the pharmacy business is very small component of Walmart income, they don't put too much pressure on the pharmacy. They're not expecting the pharmacy to make so much money. Pharmacy usually in these stores is for convenience, just to make sure that the service is complete, but they don't care if the pharmacy is making money or no. So that's why working usually for a chain and for corporation is a little bit more relaxing than working for independent or working for franchise, as we'll see. The last model we have is franchise. That's Shoppers Drug Mart example. Also, there's another one, West Safeway. But Safeway is not in Ontario. Safeway is more BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan. So what is a franchise? A franchise is a pharmacy that's owned by a company, owned by the head office. But then the head office will give it to a pharmacist to operate the pharmacy according to the head office requirements. So that's what it is. It's a midway between corporation and independent. Each pharmacy has a franchisee, associate, or operator. So basically, when you go to a Shoppers Drug Mart and someone says, they give you a card and it says owner/associate, this pharmacist is not really the owner. Like the pharmacist can't say tomorrow, you know what, I want to sell my Shoppers Drug Mart. You can't. It's not yours. You are the operator of the pharmacy. This pharmacy is given to you to operate this pharmacy according to the head office requirements. So that's what they do. The franchisee doesn't own the actual store, but the head office does. So that's why it's a midway. There is an operator, so the associate deal with the pharmacy as if it's his or her own pharmacy. So it's like an independent, but indeed it's corporation. So it's a midway. The head office is responsible for major decisions such as the layout, the store, the brand. Everything is decided by the head office. However, the franchisee has some autonomy when it comes to local service and local advertisement. So if the pharmacist, the associate, wants to sponsor a football team, yeah, you can do that. Okay, they want to have some advertisement in the local community, you can do that. What about hiring? Hiring, if I want to hire a new pharmacist, I need the permission from the head office, but I choose the pharmacist. So the associate in Shoppers, for example, I want to hire another pharmacist. I need the head office to tell me that my budget has a room for another pharmacist, but I will be the one who will interview the candidates and choose the pharmacist. So it's a midway. It's a midway. Advantages of working for a franchise: it gives you access to established brand, like the Life brand in case of Shoppers. Training programs, they have amazing training programs at Shoppers, and they give you lots of resources. Some franchisee exist in the grocery store, as we said, like Safeway. So these are the pharmacy business models. There is also this terminology that you may see in the exam, which is the ambulatory pharmacy. Ambulatory, when you say something is ambulatory, this means you can walk in to get the service. You can walk in to get the service. That's what we call it, ambulatory care. Ambulatory care is a place you walk in to get the service. So the ER is considered ambulatory care. You walk into the ER, you get the service, and you leave, and so on. So when we say ambulatory pharmacy, typically we are looking for a community pharmacy can be that. So this includes, when it comes to the pharmacy, outpatient pharmacies. Okay, that's ambulatory care. Outpatient pharmacies. ER in the hospital is ambulatory care. Primary care clinics, ambulatory care. Specialty clinics, ambulatory care centers, family practice groups. Any place you can walk in and get care, we call this ambulatory care. However, please keep in mind, the term ambulatory pharmacy is commonly used for an outpatient hospital pharmacy. So in case in the exam they use the term ambulatory pharmacy, you know what they're referring to. You work in an ambulatory pharmacy, like, oh my God, what is this? Ambulatory pharmacy is outpatient pharmacy associated with a hospital. That's what they call ambulatory pharmacy. But really, any community pharmacy in some sense can be considered ambulatory pharmacy. What I want to say, don't make the word ambulatory make you change your answer. Because ambulatory pharmacy is a pharmacy, just connected to a hospital. That's it. That's it. So that's the first piece we have.